Let's talk about what's actually happening in the real estate market, specifically here in Silicon Valley and the surrounding areas. A very important ask. If you find this helpful, subscribe to the channel, share with someone else, and if you'd like to connect with me, you can reach out through this link in the comments. Let's start with a recent CNBC study of potential homebuyers and what they're most concerned about today: the economy, prices, mortgage rates, rising inventory. Coming into the year, expectations were high. I shared that we were in a fairly balanced normal market and that we should see a stronger pending sales alongside a much needed increase in inventory. I also said the biggest variable this year would be mortgage rate, and that has absolutely played out, driven by factors most people didn't fully anticipate. So let's unpack what's happening right now, starting with supply and demand, the number one measure of any housing market. Today, I'm focusing on Santa Clara County and Alameda County. Santa Clara County, for single-family homes, there are 1,429 active homes, 673 pending homes, a 47.1% absorption rate. Two other segments, 3+ bedroom townhome and condos, 386 active, 144 pending, and that's a 37.3% absorption rate. For the 2 and 1 bedroom townhome and condos, 672 active, 162 pending, and the absorption rate of 24%. In Alameda County, single family homes, 1,253 active and 675 pending homes, and absorption rate of 53.9%. The 3+ bedroom townhomes and condos, 289 active, 105 pending, 36.3 absorption rate, and 2 and 1 bedroom townhomes and condos, 524 active, 150 pending, 28.6 absorption rate. To put data into context, absorption rate above 60% typically indicates a seller's market. Multiple offers, fewer contingencies, and faster sales. Around 35% or lower, we lean toward a buyer's market, where there is more negotiations and longer days on market. What we're seeing right now is a very segmented or bifurcated market. One interesting trend, there are significantly more fully remodeled homes hitting the market. In one neighborhood, we are tracking about 70% of inventory is newly remodeled compared to a typical 25%. That creates a stronger competition for sellers who haven't updated their homes. Microclimates are very strong and varied right now. Conditions can change from street to street. Factors like schools, commute, and even a vanity city name, think Los Gatos versus San Jose, still matter a lot. Despite all this noise out there, this is a balanced, normal market. In fact, price reduction in Santa Clara County are down 7% compared to this time last year. And looking deeper into the actual MLS data, single-family home prices in Santa Clara County are up 2.5% year over year, sitting just under $2.6 million. In Alameda County, they're up 8.4% at just under 1.6 million. Both markets are at all-time highs and holding steady. Inventory itself is down 1% year over year, even though it was already historically low, and pending sales for single-family homes have increased every month this year. Now, on the flip side of that bifurcation, townhome and condo prices are down year over year, 4% in Santa Clara County and 5.3% in Alameda County. They are both their lowest average price of the year and the lowest we've seen in about 3 years. That tells a very clear story. With higher interest rates, entry-level and first-time buyers are the most impacted, but also create opportunities. There are strategies right now like negotiating seller-paid rates buydowns that can significantly improve affordability. That's often a win-win for both buyer and seller. As far as affordability on a $2 million mortgage in the Bay Area compared to the mid-2025 buyers today, need roughly $20,000 less in income to qualify at a similar ratio, and the payment is about $500 less per month. At the same time, wages in the Bay Area have increased year over year. On the economic side, unemployment is holding steady at 4.3%, and 172,000 jobs were added nationally in May, well above expectations. The trade-off is that rates are unlikely to drop quickly. One more important concept, the waves of the market. When things heat up, demand typically moves in this order: single-family homes, and then 3+ bedroom townhome and condos, and then the 2-bedroom condos, and then 1-bedroom. When things slow down, it reverses. What we're seeing is a market that is stable. It's not overheating and it's not crashing. Despite major external pressure from local conflicts to economic uncertainty, we're holding steady, and that should tell you something. There are a lot of narratives out there right now about the mortgage rates, foreclosures, jobs, and what's next. I'm going to break this down in a separate series of videos this week so you can clearly understand what actually matters. My overall take is that we are experiencing small steps that are improving affordability on a larger scale. That, my friend, is healthy. And after many years in this business, here's what I know. People buy homes for lifestyle reasons: stability, raising a family, having control over their living situation. Appreciation is a great long-term benefit, but it's usually not the primary driver. And people make intentional choices and trade-offs to make that happen. So if you're thinking about buying, here's the question I want you to consider. Has anyone actually taken the time to walk you through the differences in this market? 4-bedroom versus 2 bedrooms, one neighborhood versus another, so you can make a fully informed decision. As a home seller, have you made a personalized strategy for your home in your particular segment on the market? If not, that's exactly what we do. Reach out to me directly to get real data, the real deal, and create a perfect strategy for you. Thank you for watching.